Remember when appetizers had names that sounded like they belonged in a fancy hotel? Before spinach dip and chicken wings took over, American hostesses served elegant little bites that came straight from worn recipe cards and church cookbooks. Let's rediscover 30 forgotten appetizers that once made every cocktail party and dinner gathering feel truly special. Deviled ham canapes were the sophisticated starter that graced every proper cocktail party. Canned deviled ham would be whipped with cream cheese and spread on delicate toast points, then garnished with tiny pickle slices or paprika. The rich, salty spread had just enough spice to make guests reach for their cocktails, and the presentation made even humble ingredients look elegant. Cheese straws were the Southern hostess's secret weapon. Sharp cheddar cheese would be mixed with butter and flour, then rolled thin and cut into delicate strips before baking until golden and crispy. These buttery, flaky appetizers would practically melt in your mouth, leaving behind that sharp cheese flavor that paired perfectly with bourbon or sweet tea. Oysters Rockefeller dip brought the famous New Orleans dish to the masses. Chopped oysters would be mixed with creamed spinach, herbs, and breadcrumbs, then baked until bubbly and served with crackers. The briny oysters combined with the rich spinach created a luxurious dip that made any gathering feel upscale. Chicken liver pâté was the sophisticated spread that separated the refined hostesses from the rest. Fresh chicken livers would be sautéed with onions and herbs, then blended with butter and cream until smooth. The rich, earthy flavor was an acquired taste, but those who loved it considered it the ultimate in elegant entertaining. Stuffed celery boats came in endless variations, each more creative than the last. Crisp celery stalks would be filled with everything from cream cheese and olives to pimento cheese or tuna salad. The crunch of the celery provided the perfect contrast to the creamy fillings, and the presentation made vegetables feel like a treat. Rumaki were the exotic appetizer that made every party feel international. Fresh chicken livers and water chestnuts would be wrapped in bacon, secured with toothpicks, and broiled until the bacon was crispy. The combination of rich liver, crunchy water chestnuts, and smoky bacon was absolutely irresistible. Shrimp cocktail wasn't just shrimp and sauce, it was an art form. Large shrimp would be perfectly cooked and chilled, then arranged around a glass filled with tangy cocktail sauce. The presentation was everything, and hostesses would compete to see who could make the most impressive display. Cheese ball was the centerpiece appetizer that anchored every buffet table. Cream cheese would be mixed with sharp cheddar, herbs, and seasonings, then formed into a perfect sphere and rolled in chopped nuts. The contrast between the creamy interior and crunchy exterior made it impossible to stop eating. Hot crab dip was the indulgent appetizer that made special occasions feel truly special. Fresh crab meat would be folded into a rich mixture of cream cheese, mayonnaise, and seasonings, then baked until golden and bubbly. The sweet crab flavor combined with the rich dairy created pure luxury on a cracker. Stuffed mushrooms were the elegant bite-sized appetizers that impressed every guest. Large mushroom caps would be filled with a mixture of breadcrumbs, herbs, and sometimes sausage or crab, then baked until tender. Each mushroom was like a little present, packed with flavor and perfectly portioned. Can you picture these on your mother's best serving platters? I bet you're remembering at least a few of these classics. Bacon-wrapped scallops were the restaurant-quality appetizer that ambitious hostesses brought home. Fresh scallops would be wrapped in bacon strips and broiled until the bacon was crispy and the scallops were just cooked through. The sweet, tender scallops paired perfectly with the smoky, salty bacon. Smoked salmon pinwheels brought New York deli sophistication to home entertaining. Cream cheese would be spread on thin slices of smoked salmon, rolled up tightly and sliced into perfect spirals. The rich, silky salmon combined with tangy cream cheese created an appetizer that looked as good as it tasted. Spinach balls were the make-ahead appetizer that saved busy hostesses. Cooked spinach would be mixed with stuffing mix, eggs, and seasonings, then formed into balls and baked until golden. These bite-sized appetizers were packed with flavor and could be made hours ahead of time. Clams Casino were the sophisticated shellfish appetizer that made every gathering feel like a fancy restaurant. Fresh clams would be topped with breadcrumbs, herbs, and bacon bits, then baked until the tops were golden and the clams were tender. The briny clams combined with the crispy topping created the perfect bite. Pickle roll-ups were the surprisingly addictive appetizer that used ingredients everyone had on hand. Cream cheese would be spread on thin slices of deli meat, wrapped around whole pickles and sliced into spirals. The combination of creamy cheese, salty meat, and tangy pickle was unexpectedly delicious. Cheese fondue wasn't just a main course, it was the interactive appetizer that brought people together. Swiss cheese would be melted with white wine and seasonings, then served in a communal pot with bread cubes and vegetables for dipping. The shared experience made it as much about socializing as eating. Cocktail meatballs were the crowd-pleasing appetizer that never failed to disappear. Ground beef would be mixed with breadcrumbs and seasonings, formed into tiny balls, and simmered in a sweet and tangy sauce. The bite-sized portions made them perfect for mingling, and the sauce kept them moist and flavorful. Stuffed eggs went far beyond basic deviled eggs. Hard-boiled eggs would be filled with creative mixtures that included everything from caviar to curry powder. The familiar egg white provided the perfect vessel for exotic flavors, and the presentation made them feel special and sophisticated. Salmon mousse was the elegant spread that made every hostess feel like a gourmet chef. Canned salmon would be mixed with gelatin, cream, and seasonings, then chilled until it set into a light, airy mousse. The pale pink color and delicate texture made it the perfect centerpiece for an elegant spread. Chicken salad puffs were the delicate appetizer that required real skill to execute. Light, airy choux pastry would be filled with seasoned chicken salad, creating bite-sized treats that were both impressive and delicious. The contrast between the crispy pastry and creamy filling was absolutely perfect. Antipasto platters were the Italian-inspired appetizer that made every gathering feel cosmopolitan. Cured meats, cheeses, olives, and vegetables would be artfully arranged on large platters, creating a feast for both the eyes and the palate. The variety meant there was something for everyone. Stuffed cherry tomatoes were the colorful appetizer that made vegetables feel like a treat. Small cherry tomatoes would be hollowed out and filled with everything from tuna salad to cream cheese mixtures. The bright red color and bite-sized portions made them perfect for elegant entertaining. Oyster crackers with seasoning were the addictive snack that disappeared faster than anything else on the table. Small oyster crackers would be tossed with ranch dressing mix and oil, then baked until crispy and flavorful. The result was a snack that was impossible to stop eating. Bacon-wrapped water chestnuts were the sweet and savory appetizer that combined unexpected flavors. Canned water chestnuts would be wrapped in bacon, brushed with brown sugar and soy sauce, then baked until the bacon was crispy. The crunchy water chestnuts provided the perfect contrast to the sweet, salty bacon. Shrimp mousse was the elegant appetizer that made canned shrimp taste like luxury. Tiny shrimp would be mixed with gelatin, cream cheese, and seasonings, then chilled until it set into a light, pink mousse. The delicate seafood flavor combined with the airy texture created something truly special. Cheese puffs were the impressive appetizer that required technique but delivered incredible results. Choux pastry would be mixed with cheese and baked until golden and puffy, creating light, airy bites that were packed with flavor. The dramatic puffed appearance made them look much more difficult than they actually were. Canapé spreads came in endless varieties, each more creative than the last. Cream cheese bases would be mixed with everything from chopped olives to smoked fish, then spread on crackers or toast points. The key was in the presentation, making simple ingredients look elegant and sophisticated. Stuffed dates were the sweet and savory appetizer that surprised everyone. Large dates would be pitted and stuffed with cream cheese or nuts, then sometimes wrapped in bacon for extra richness. The combination of sweet fruit and savory fillings created a complex flavor that was absolutely addictive. Deviled eggs with caviar were the ultimate luxury appetizer that made special occasions feel truly special. Traditional deviled eggs would be topped with expensive caviar, creating a dish that was both familiar and exotic. The contrast between the humble egg and the luxurious caviar made every bite feel indulgent. Herb butter canapés were the simple but elegant appetizer that showcased quality ingredients. Fresh herbs would be mixed with butter and spread on delicate crackers or toast points, then garnished with tiny vegetables or flowers. The fresh herb flavors and beautiful presentation made them feel like something from a fancy restaurant. These appetizers came from a time when entertaining was an art form, not just opening a bag of chips. They required time, skill, and attention to detail, but the results made every gathering feel special and memorable. If you remember your mother or grandmother making any of these, or if you'd like to see one make a comeback, let me know in the comments. And if you made it this far, you definitely appreciate the lost art of elegant entertaining.